Українці, українки і всі наші партнери.
Ukrainians and all our partners, on January 28th at 9:15 a.m. the Russian army fired a missile at our city of Kostyantynivka in Donetsk region. The enemy used S-300 missiles. They hit the residential sector. 17 names are on the list of victims. 14 are wounded. 3 people were killed. My condolences to the families and friends. These Russian missiles hit Kostyantynivka, in particular 4 residential buildings. Unfortunately, such attacks are a daily occurrence in our territories, which the Russian army reaches with missiles like these. Donbass, Kharkiv region, the south of the country. It would be possible to stop the Russian terror if we could provide our military with adequate missile forces, so that terrorists do not have a sense of impunity. Ukraine needs long-range missiles, in particular to remove the possibility of the occupier to place its missile launchers far from the front line and destroy Ukrainian cities with them. I am grateful to everyone in the world, politicians, public figures, journalists and ordinary people who insist with us that there can be no taboos in the supply of weapons to protect against Russian terror. We will do everything to ensure that our partners open this vital supply, the supply of ATACMS and other similar weapons, because it is necessary to protect lives, to protect cities like Kostyantynivka or Kharkiv, for example. I continued our marathon of honesty to bring international sports organizations back to true Olympic principles. I sent a letter to the presidents of the leading international sports federations. The call is simple and fair to make a decision on the International Olympic Committee, which unfortunately wants to open sport to the propaganda influence of a terrorist state. If Russian athletes appear at international competitions, it will only be a matter of time before they start justifying Russia's aggression and using terror symbols. And it is also only a matter of time before the Kremlin starts using the existing unprincipled flexibility of the International Olympic Committee to say that the world agrees to make concessions to the aggressor. We cannot ignore the fact that every day Russia continues its terror. On January 28th, I signed a decree to implement the National Security and Defense Council decision on sanctions against legal entities and individuals used by the aggressor state to transport military equipment and soldiers by rail. We are talking about 185 companies and individuals. Their assets in Ukraine are being blocked, and the existing property will be used for our defense, and we will work to ensure that other countries apply a similar blockade, and I'm grateful to everyone who helps us to strengthen sanctions against Russia. And by the way, I thank all the investigators who expose the ways that the terrorist state uses to circumvent sanctions. I'm grateful to each and every one of you who is eliminating the consequences of Russian shelling and rescuing the wounded. And of course, I thank each and every one of our soldiers at the front who are defending our positions and destroying the occupiers. I would like to recognize the units that are most effectively defending Donetsk region. This is the 21st Separate Battalion of the 56th Separate Motorized Infantry Brigade. Thank you for your resilience and repulsion of Russian assaults. The soldiers of the 26th and 55th Separate Artillery Brigades. Thank you for your accuracy. 92nd Separate Mechanized Brigade. Thank you guys. Thank you to everyone who gives Ukraine the necessary results every day and every night. And we will respond to every Russian attack. We will definitely respond. Glory to Ukraine.
Слава Україні!